Welcome to our channel, Wise Flow. Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched English movies, gone to classes, studied hard, but when it's time to speak, your mind goes blank? You forget the words. You don't know how to start a sentence. You freeze. If this has happened to you, you are not alone. It happens to millions of learners around the world. You think, I watch films, I do grammar exercises, I follow my teacher, so why can't I speak fluently? Here's the truth. You're missing something. One powerful thing most learners ignore: reading. I know, it sounds boring, but what if I told you that reading is the fastest, easiest, and most natural way to learn English? Today, I'll show you why, not just with theory, but with stories, science, and simple steps. So stay with me till the end, because this one habit could change your English forever. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Why reading is the key to English. Have you ever wondered why, after watching countless movies, attending classes, and memorizing grammar, speaking English still feels like climbing a mountain? You study hard. You speak in class. You do grammar exercises every week. And yet, when it's your turn to speak, your mind freezes. You can't find the right words. You end up using simple grammar or avoiding speaking altogether. If that sounds familiar, here's what most learners miss: reading. Reading is more than just boring schoolwork. It's the foundation of fluent English. Real words in real sentences. You don't learn go plus ed by a rule sheet. You learn it by seeing sentences like, he went to the park, again and again. Vocabulary in context. No more lists of random words. You pick up words naturally as you read them in stories. Grammar without effort. Your brain notices patterns. You don't need to memorize rules. Reading is like planting seeds in your mind. Over time, your brain sprouts new vocabulary, stronger grammar, and more confidence. And the bonus? You don't have to memorize. Just read. Let the words do the work. Chapter 2. The science behind why reading works. You might wonder, how does my brain change when I read? Here's what happens. Multitasking brain power. Your eyes see words. Your mind translates meaning. Your inner voice hears pronunciation. This sync of vision, sound, and meaning starts building real connections in your brain. Long-term memory replacement. Grammar drills rely on short-term memory. You might nail a test, but forget it in a week. But when you read and read again, you store language in long-term memory. Those verbs, idioms, and sentence structures stick. Natural grammar absorption. Imagine a lesson on the past tense. You memorize I walked, I ate, I played. Compare that to reading these sentences in a story. Naturally, your brain just knows when to use walked or played. No grammar rule needed. Vocabulary that stays with you. Picture seeing excited used in context repeatedly. After reading it in 10 different ways, she was excited. He felt excited. They became excited. You know it deeply. That's deep learning. Chapter 3. Why traditional methods alone. Don't cut it. Let me tell you about Ahmed, one of my students. He'd studied English for 6 years. Grammar rules? He had them memorized. Vocabulary tests? Aced them every time. But in real conversation, he'd often say things like, I go yesterday market. He knew it was wrong, but couldn't fix it in the moment. Then we swapped exercises for reading, just 15 minutes a day. No dictionary, no pressure. By the end of 1 month, his sentences started flowing naturally. Grammar mistakes decreased. He began speaking faster and with more confidence. Why? Reading offers more than rules. It gives you feel. It teaches what sounds right, not just what the rule says. It's real English in action, not isolated bits. And research backs this. In Fiji, students who read outperformed those who learned grammar traditionally, even on grammar tests. In Singapore, silent reading students beat grammar lesson-only students in understanding and fluency. The pattern is clear. Reading works where grammar drills fall short. Chapter 4. What you should read and why it matters. Now that you understand why reading is essential, the next question is obvious. What should I read? The goal isn't to impress your teacher. It's to enjoy. It's to learn naturally. Here are the best beginner-friendly options. Graded readers. These are simplified books written for learners, leveled A1, A2, B1, and more. Familiar stories, manageable length, clear vocabulary. Fairy tales and children's books. Yes, they're for kids, but also perfect for beginners. Simple sentences, vivid language, and familiar plots that boost comprehension. Comics and graphic stories. Comics combine visuals and dialogue. You'll see everyday language framed by pictures, context built in. Short stories. Bite-sized tales you can finish in a day, and finish is powerful for motivation. The 98% rule. Select a book you can understand about 98% of. 1 to 2 unknown words per page, so you can guess meanings. Too many unknown words? Too hard. Pick something simpler. Guess meanings from context. The brain loves solving little puzzles. Easy and fun beats complex and boring every time. Chapter 5. How to read the right way. Step 1. Read silently. Internalize silently. Your brain processes text much faster than audio speech. Save out loud reading for fun, not learning. Step 2. Avoid dictionary overload. Stop pausing for every new word. It breaks your flow. If you encounter a word that keeps appearing, check it later. Otherwise, guess. Your brain is great at filling in missing pieces. Step 3. Read for enough understanding. If you understand at least 95% of the text, you're on the right path. That's what linguists call comprehensible input. It's relaxing, enjoyable, and primes your brain to absorb new language. Step 4. Reread to deepen understanding. Rereading a story reinforces learning. You'll catch grammar points you missed. New words will seem clearer. The second read feels significantly easier. Step 5. Build a habit. Track your progress. Consistency greater than intensity. 10 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. Choose a reading time. Log your progress, a notebook, spreadsheet, or app. Note what you liked. Building that emotional connection reinforces the habit. Step 6. Combine reading with listening. Boost comprehension and pronunciation. Read along with audiobooks or podcasts. Follow transcripts while you listen. Dual input strengthens recognition and pronunciation. Chapter 6. From Reading to Speaking. The Hidden Bridge. So you're reading every day now. You feel good. You understand more words. Grammar seems easier. You even enjoy it. But here's the real question. How do you go from reading silently to speaking confidently? Most learners get stuck here. They read a lot, they understand a lot, but when they speak, they still struggle. Why? Because they forget this simple truth. Reading is input. Speaking is output. They are different skills, but they're connected. Very connected. Let me explain. Every time you read a sentence like, "She walked to the store," he didn't say anything. They're going to be late. You're feeding your brain examples of how English works, examples of what sounds right, examples that your brain remembers even when you don't realize it. This is input training, and when it's time to speak, your brain looks back into that bank of input and pulls out patterns. That's why you say "she walked," not "she walk" or he didn't go, not he no go. Because you've seen those patterns in action. So don't worry if speaking is still slow. Just know this: the more you read, the more patterns you store. And one day, you'll be surprised when the right sentence just comes out. It won't be perfect at first, but it will be natural. Chapter 7. Turning passive reading into active speaking. Now, let's take the next step. You're not just a reader now, you're ready to speak. But how do you use what you read in real speech? Here's a 3-step process you can start using today. Step 1. Shadow the sentences. Pick a short sentence from what you read. Let's say, he went to the store. Now repeat it out loud. Match the rhythm. Match the intonation. Say it like an actor. Again and again. This is called shadowing. And it's powerful. Your mouth starts learning how English feels. Your brain starts connecting the sound to the meaning. You're no longer just reading. You're practicing speaking with perfect grammar and native structure. Step 2. Rewrite in your own words. Take the sentence, she was excited about her birthday. Now ask yourself, what can I say about myself? I was excited about my birthday. I was excited about the trip. My sister was excited about the gift. You're using the same structure, but now it's your story. This is language recycling, using what you read to express your ideas. Step 3. Speak to yourself every day. Yes, talk to yourself, in the mirror, while cooking, before sleeping. Use the words you read, the phrases you shadowed, the structures you rewrote. Say things like, today, I felt tired. I didn't go outside. I read a book. It was interesting. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on fluency, not perfection. This is the secret method of confident English learners. They read and they talk to themselves using what they read. Chapter 8. Build your reading routine. One brick at a time. Now it's time to turn this into a habit, a daily ritual, your personal language gym. Here's how to build your English reading routine, step by step. Step 1. Choose a time that works every day. Morning, evening, lunchtime. It doesn't matter. What matters is consistency. 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Small, regular, powerful. Step 2. Set a goal that feels exciting. Don't say, I'll read 50 books this year. Say, I'll read 1 story this week. I'll read 2 pages a day. I'll finish 1 book this month. Start small. Finish often. The feeling of completion builds confidence. Step 3. Track your progress. Use a notebook or a free app. Write down the name of what you read, what you learned, new words or sentences you liked. This turns reading into reflection and keeps you motivated. Step 4. Celebrate your wins. Finished your first story? Read for 7 days straight? Learned 10 new expressions? Celebrate. Even small wins matter. Reward yourself with something simple. A cup of tea, a walk, a smile. This builds an emotional connection to your learning. Chapter 9. 1 year from now. What will happen if you read? Let's imagine something together. It's 1 year from today. You've read for 10 to 15 minutes a day, every day, for 12 months. That's 300 plus hours of reading. What will your English be like? You'll understand grammar without thinking. You'll have hundreds of new words, naturally remembered. You'll speak with smoother, more native-sounding sentences. You'll feel confident, calm, clear. Why? Because reading is not just a skill. It's a mindset, a secret path that leads from quiet learning to confident living. You'll look back and say, I didn't memorize. I didn't stress. I just read. And now I can speak. That's the power of reading. It builds you word by word. Final chapter. You're not just learning English, you're becoming someone new. Pause for a moment. Think back to the beginning of this video. You were curious, maybe a little nervous, maybe wondering, can I really improve my English by reading? But look how far you've come, even in this short journey. You've learned why reading builds fluency, how to connect reading to speaking, how to build a routine, and how to turn simple stories into powerful self-expression. But now comes the most important truth. This is not just about English. This is about you, your dreams, your voice, your growth. Because every sentence you read, every word you speak, it is a step toward the version of you who's confident, capable, and free in English. You're not just learning a language. You're building a bridge from silence to self-expression, from fear to freedom, from I hope I can to I know I will. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Even 10 minutes a day, even one short story at a time, even when no one is watching. The reader inside you is also a speaker, and the speaker is already becoming fluent. So breathe, smile, and keep reading, because your voice matters and your story deserves to be told in English. Your turn. Let's keep growing together. If this video helped you, if you felt something shift inside, leave a comment. What's the next book or story you're going to read in English? I read every comment, and I'd love to hear your plan. Subscribe to the channel Wise Flow. Because here, we don't just teach English. We guide you on a journey of confidence, story, and growth. Share this with a friend who's learning English. You might just change their life. And remember, the next time you sit down to read, you're not just practicing English. You're becoming fluent, one word at a time.